keep this going. Plies is suing Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Glorilla, and Soulja Boy for copyright infringement.
Well, Plies filed a lawsuit against Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Cardi B, and Soulja Boy. Now, the reason why he filed this lawsuit, he is claiming that they use without any, permissions in advance and all the stuff that they have to do when you sample a song.
You gotta clear it, yeah.
Yeah, all the clearances that they used music from, or basically reference his track "Me and My Goons" in some of their songs. So for Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Cardi, and for Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, and Cardi, he's saying that they took his music and used it in the Wannabe remix. For Soulja Boy, he's saying that Soulja took his music and used it in Pretty Boy Swag. Now, we have the songs, and I do want us to take a listen so we can compare. Let's take a listen to Plies' "Me and My Goons" first.
Dougie, my Dougie.
I keep a couple killers around me when I kill.
Okay, so that was Plies' "Me and My Goons."
Okay.
Now next, let's take a listen to
Pretty Boy Swag.
Soulja Boy, Pretty Boy Swag. Yep.
All the pretty girls stand up. All the pretty boys stand up.
Pretty boys in the building.
This right here is my swag.
Sounds very similar as far as.
I mean, that song. I ain't gonna lie. This right here is my swag, bro. That song was crazy when it came out back in the day. Like they don't make fun ass dance music like that no more. Like people can say what they want about Soulja Boy, but he had some bangers. I'm out there. So he said he took Pretty Boy Swag. Let's see.
G5 kids.
Soldier, 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 soldier.
All the pretty girls stand up. All the pretty boys stand up.
Pretty boys in the building.
This right here is my swag. All the girls are on me. Swag. Everybody pay attention.
Soldier,
This
soldier,
right here
soldier,
is my
soldier.
pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Girls on my
Yo, Soulja was crazy back in the day. I don't care what nobody said. He had some absolute bangers. Pretty Boy Swag was crazy. Hold up. So Ply said he took Me and My Goons.
Things to do in Long Beach.
I keep a couple killers around me when I kill. Cause I don't really fuck with a lot of these dudes. You won't rob me, but I might rob you. So when you see me, you gon' see my goon. I keep a couple killers around me when
I mean, ain't no denying it. Like, they damn near the same song. There ain't no denying. Like, obviously, Soulja Boy is more popular, more famous. I think the beat hits a little bit harder. I think it's a little bit better produced. I think his flow and swag on it is just better. I think it's just a better song overall. But can't deny. Those damn near sound like the same. So Me and My Goon came out 2008. Pretty Boy Swag came out 2010. And there's different producers. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. 20 years later, you bring this out. Or 15, 16, 17 later, however long. Like, you bring this out. Why weren't you suing? Like, why didn't you bring this in court? Why didn't you bring this up years ago? It's kind of wild, but you kind of got a point with that one.
There's sounds.
Okay. Now let's take a listen to the Wannabe remix with Cardi, Glow, and Meg Thee Stallion. All right.
I mean, there's definitely similarities. Obviously, the main similarity between all those songs is that kind of synth, that whatever like sound effect that he's got going as a continuous kind of like bass line for the song. That yes, that is similar throughout pretty much every song. But is there enough in the entirety of the song to say that like they stole it or there's copyright infringement? Can you even copyright just the sound effect? Basically, I don't know. Obviously, it's a very integral part of all those beats, and it is what sets the rhythm and the bass line for every song that he just kind of mentioned here. So he certainly has a case. I don't know if it's going to be fruitful, but like it'd be hard as a judge not to like see where he is talking about, where those similarities come into play. And honestly, it feels like he's kind of just trying to get some money, trying to get some settlement, trying to get something. But I doubt, especially Soulja Boy, has any of that money left from that song. Like, but who knows? Could get all future royalties, which would be boy, I'd be sick. I would be sick if I was Soulja. Like years have gone by, over a decade's gone by, and you ain't never said nothing until now.
Right now,
I wonder if that's a sound that people can use though. That because they're using it as a hi hat. So
explain to us normal people what that means. Like what you're saying.
There's universal sounds that you can use. Most of the time, it's preloaded on some of these beat machines, some of these keyboards that people use. So I wonder if that's a preloaded sound that people can use.
Okay.
And they're using it as a hi hat. You know, when you listen to a record, you hear
it's like how they use the 808 the drums now, right? No,
similar. It's a different sound, but yeah.
Okay, so I don't know.
I mean, in that case, you could also sue him for My Dougie, because like even Envy said, like right before he heard the beat, they have that same sound in My Dougie. Like, can you copyright that, or is that basically a free sample usage type of song? So sound. So like, I don't know if there's enough in the entirety of the song to kind of sue for, or if it's just simply based on the use of a sound effect, which in that case would be kind of lame to me. Like, as much as I am against copyright infringement and people kind of stealing ideas, like such a basic sample that is, like you said, there's a high probability that that was just some stock sample that was already available. And if you sue based on that and like win, like what does that do for like production as a whole? Because being able to sue and win off of one sound is lame as fuck and would be crazy.
I don't know the answer to that question, but that's basically what is going to have to be determined in court. Now, when all this dropped, the lawsuit was everywhere. A producer for Meg Thee Stallion that some people may know, his name is Lil Ju. Lil Ju made the beat. He came out and he said, actually, My Dougie came out in 2006. Me and My Goons came in 2008. And Big E, the producer of My Dougie, is credited on Wannabe. He also says, for the record, Pretty Boy Swag is a remake of My Dougie as well. Soulja Boy is on My Dougie remix. Me and My Goons are literally not even the single for that Plies out.
Okay. So there's a lot more to this. Like, I did not know about Dougie. I feel like maybe Dougie came out 2006, but I don't remember it blowing up until 2008, around that period. Like, maybe it was kind of local. Maybe it had already kind of like trying to build up. Because, like, again, back in those days, it took a lot longer to get your sound, get your music out there. You couldn't just get viral instantly. That was very rare. So there's a high probability that that song was already out for a while and blew up in 2008. And if that is the case, they could countersue his ass, like straight up. And I didn't know Soulja Boy was a remix of My Dougie, but now that I hear it, kind of makes sense. And like, obviously, I feel like a more slowed down version. I don't know. I'd have to hear them side by side, but like, basically saying Soulja's in the clear. We gave him permission to remix it. Your song came out after us, and honestly, if that is the case, which would be kind of crazy, because if you think you have lawyers, you think they look into all this before you put those out there, he could be getting sued instead.
Album. Now, I did my own research a bit, and what I found was that Lil Will's My Dougie, with the song he's referencing, was released from what I saw in 2007. That was according to the Billboard chart. And then Plies' song, or the album The Realest, which is where the album The Realest, which is where Me and My Goons is at, came out December 16, 2008. So to this producer's point, Plies' song would have come after the original song that they're saying that they used. Now let's take a listen.
But
to
they got
Lil Will.
clearance from My Dougie, right? They got the legal clearance.
That's
from
what
it.
he's saying. He's saying that there was clearances and that they, according to this producer, that they also credited the person who made the Lil Will My Dougie beat. Now let's take a listen to Lil Will My Dougie.
My Dougie, my Dougie, my Dougie, my Dougie, my Dougie, my Dougie, my Dougie. She said she like my Dougie. I'm fresh, my Dougie. I'm fresh, my Dougie.
So if the producer said he actually sampled it from there, and he can, I'm sure he has the you know, his
He would have to be able to back it up.
Yeah, he could back it up. I'm sure he has the files, and if he could prove that he just did it recently, so it's not like it's an old track. Yeah, I'm sure this would be an open and shut case.
Is Plies allowed to sue black women?
What you mean?
Not right now.
I'm all about business. Is business never personal? But yes, I agree with Lauren. Not right now,
No,
Plies.
not after he just went on that
not
whole
the
run.
day
Not a couple days after Kamala just
Couple
lost
days
the election.
after.
One day after
Plies.
yesterday. Plies.
Shoot.
Sisters a virtual hug. You can't sue them after giving them a virtual hug now. Sue the brothers, come back and sue the ladies in the spring. Actually, though, you should just let them have that. You know, that's a nice consolation prize, especially for Glorilla and Meg Thee Stallion. They was out there on the campaign trail with the vice president now.
Right.
Cardi was on there too.
But he's suing Cardi too?
Yes.
Because Cardi
Yes.
caught,
No, Plies.
Cardi
Yes.
caught it straight because she hopped on the
She
remix.
jumped on the
No.
remix.
He said
Yes.
we could lay our
So
heads
I
on.
mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It really sounds like this is all just kind of a money grab because, like, if that is the case, and this song came out after Dougie, and then like this producer saying Soulja was on the remix, they remixed it, got permission. He's saying I put this on the song, and then they allowed me. I got the clearances and everything. Like the only person that sounds like they could be in the wrong here will be Plies. You know, what would be the craziest twist in this whole situation is that by Plies doing this and kind of like coming out here and putting this out there in the ether, he got sued instead and lost because nobody actually like put those two and two together or even like cared to go this. But the fact that he brought this suit against others, they were like, the original producer came back was like, nah, actually you took this from me and sued him and won. That would be the craziest, nastiest twist in this whole situation. It honestly just feels like a money grab, cash grab for me.
On his
Suing
shoulder.
Cardi,
Charlamagne. He said we
Meg Thee
could
Stallion,
put
and
And Glorilla,
Glorilla.
yes.
and Soulja Boy.
No.
He
Now,
said we could put our heads on his shoulders.
you know what he did? Plies gave y'all that virtual hug.
You know, I looked and saw if Soulja Boy responded. He has not, and I can't wait because I know
So-
he's gonna have some response. But Lil Will, the originator of My Dougie, and obviously that sample, that very iconic, you know, hi-hat, synth, whatever you know, say, he had a response.
This is a backstory, cause so you already did this, but the Lil Will guy, right? Cause I don't know him like y'all would know him. He responded back to Plies, and we actually have him on the phone.
Will, you there?
We
Little Will,
gotta
you
get
there?
into this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're live on the air, so please don't curse, brother.
Don't curse. I'm surprised I ain't cursed yet, cause this is my first day back, Lil Willie. But
Little Willie.
Lil
Lil Willie sound like somebody that's just
Yeah.
ready to curse.
I
See, what
know-
the heck happened was...
but I know you got to clear up some things. I want to know first though, when you first saw the Plies lawsuit, like, how did you react? What was your first reaction to it? Because I know it blindsided you.
Now, it wasn't a blind side. I was like, when I seen it, I was like, man, not again.
Not again. So this is reoccurring.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you plan to sue Plies?
I mean, at first we was cool. We was kind of like, you know, we was fans of Plies, so we was like, you know, we not gonna go take legal action, you know, after the Soulja Boy situation with Pretty Boy Swag. So we let it be. But now that it come back and he's going at Meg, Glorilla, and Cardi, nah, man, we want a piece of that now, bro.
So he is going after you because you weren't named.
Okay, like I said, like he might have just fucked up and like brought this whole shit back on him. Like he could have just let this, you know, let Lion Dog sleep. Like as much as, you know, Plies had his moment, I barely remember Me and My Goons. I like out of all those songs, that is the least recognizable one that most people probably aren't even listening to like that. So like I don't really see where the harm would have even been between Pretty Boy Swag and those. Like it can't take away from it. Like Pretty Boy Swag is just undeniably a better song, but it sounded like, he sounded like a countersuit is on the way.
Then the lawsuit.
No, he isn't going after me because he know.
Right.
Now, Lil Will did the record My Dougie. My Dougie, if you don't know. And that's the place where Megan's producer said that they actually sampled it from not Plies' song, and now Plies is suing all these individuals.
Hey, well, let me ask you a question. Somebody told me that the song ain't none of y'all's, that Nitty Beats did it before all of y'all.
Hey, Nitty is involved in the situation. Nitty is credited.
Pretty sure Nitty also did Young Jocks. It's going down. So, like, I mean, I could definitely see some similarities between there.
In the situation.
Yeah, Nitty already getting money from Soulja Boy, from what I was told.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, it's all public information.
Yeah. So Soulja Boy already paying for that sample, and it's going to the original producer, who he just said is Nitty. So I don't really see where Plies has a case.
So all of y'all tripping off a song that ain't none of y'all. Nitty the one that should be suing.
But let me ask you a question. The sound that everybody uses, is that a manufactured sound, like a sound that you can get off a beat machine or a keyboard, or is that a sound that he actually made that everybody's sampling? Because if it's just a manufactured sound, I thought everybody could use it.
No, it isn't. We actually went into the studio and actually instructed Big E to make this beat sound this certain way.
Gotcha.
I got a question for you. Well, if Nitty, you know what I mean, he made the song, he owns it. How are you suing then? Like, what's your stakeholder in this?
I'm nowhere in the lawsuit, and I'm not suing anyone just of yet.
But how could you though if you don't own the song or the beat?
I own a percentage of the song and the beat.
Gotcha.
Like, we're already in. Me and Nitty been talking, you know, and doing business. That's why Nitty was able to speak on it yesterday, saying that I don't know what Plies is going after, but all of this started with Lil Will.
Should Plies be able to sue black women?
So I mean, all right, that's a dumb question. Basically, Plies just kicked up a hornet's nest for no reason, and he might be out of money himself because lawsuits ain't cheap, and from what everything is sounding. Sounds like you're the one out on all this, and like it doesn't really sound like he has claims to this. So I don't really know what he's trying to do here. If he has lawyers, they should be fired because they should have advised against this. And if they did, or if he's just out here doing this on his own, good luck, my boy. Good luck. What do y'all think? Who owes? Is it even worth suing? Like, do you remember Me and My Goons? Like compared to Pretty Boy Swag or those others? Like I just don't really get the whole concept or idea of like wanting to sue for a song that's over a decade old and seemingly had already been settled. Sounds like a money grab, but that's just me.